Hello, 8th graders. Today we're going to talk about writing equations using 2 points. Our essential question for today is how can you write an equation of a line when you're given 2 points on the line? So, we talked before about writing an equation of a line if we're given the slope and the y-intercept, or the slope and a point. So now we're just extending that into 2 points. So the first thing that we need to do is to draw a line through our 2 points. So the 2 points are already plotted here for you. And in this case, we can see that our slope is up 3 over 3, which is just 1. And our y-intercept is 1. So the equation of my line is y equals 1x plus 1. On the second example, we have a line that's decreasing, which tells me my slope will be negative. Let's see. I'm going down 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down 2 over 8 gives me a slope of negative 1/4. And my y-intercept is 3. So the equation of my line is y equals negative 1/4 x plus 3. A real-world example is that you are rising in a hot air balloon. After 1 minute, you are 200 feet above the ground, and after 4 minutes, you are 800 feet above the ground. Write an equation for the height h in terms of the time t. So I'm going to write my equation as a y equals equation, even though it asks me to do h and t. I think that's more confusing. So let's see what our slope is. I'm going up 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 over 1, 2, 3. So if I'm going up 600 over 3, my slope is 200. And my y-intercept is 0, so I could write plus 0, or I can leave it as just y equals 200x. Use your equation to find the height of the balloon after 5 minutes. Well, all I have to do is fill in 5 for x, and 200 times 5 is 1,000 feet. So after 5 minutes, the balloon will be 1,000 feet in the air. Turn your paper over to the next example. After 5 minutes, the hot air balloon starts to descend. So at 5 minutes, we're all the way up here at 1,000 feet. That came from the last problem. And after 6 minutes, you are 200 feet above the ground. So we've done a rapid decrease here. So we've gone down 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800 in 1 minute. So y equals negative 800 x. And if this is the case, when I get all the way over to the x-axis, if I have to go up 800 for 5 more minutes, that's going to be 4,000 plus the 1,000 we already are, so that would be plus 5,000. Use your equation to estimate when the balloon lands on the ground. When I draw my line down here, I think this is a little before 6.5, so I'm going to call it 6 1/4 minutes. or 6.25. Part C, you are on a roller coaster. After 3 seconds, you are 190 feet above the ground and have reached maximum speed. 1 second later, you are 95 feet above the ground. Write an equation for the height h in terms of the time t. Again, I'm going to use y equals. So, if I'm at 190 and I'm going down to 95, I'm at negative 95 x. And if I'm increasing by 95 each minute, 190 is at 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I would do plus 95. At 1 minute, I would do plus 95. And at 0 minutes, I would do plus 95. So at 0 minutes, I would be 475 feet above the ground on my roller coaster. And the next question is, when will you reach ground level? It looks like after about 5 seconds on my graph. So, I've given you 6 problems and I'm going to do some as examples. On the first one, write an equation of the line that passes through the points. So we have to figure out here where this is going to cross the x-axis. So my slope is down to right 2, which is -1. So I'm going up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So if this is 8, where I landed would be 9. So if I know my slope is -1x, and I know my y-intercept is at +9, the equation of my line is y equals -1x plus 9. So you can do the same thing for number 2. On number 3, again, ignore the dot, the random dot. You're going to use the 2 points that are given. So -3, 0. -2, +3. So if this is these are my 2 lines. I'm going up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, up 1, 2, 3 over 1. So this would be 7, 8, 9 again. And my slope, I said, was up 3 over 1. So it's 3x
Homework, classwork.
plus 9. Homework. On number 4, I need you to try the same thing. On number 5, it costs $315 to book a DJ for 3 hours. It costs $525 to book the same DJ for 5 hours. Write an equation that represents the cost y in dollars of booking a DJ for x hours. So I need a y equals mx plus b equation. And if I'm finding my slope, I'm adding 2 hours. So I'm going from 3 to 5, I'm adding 2 hours, and I'm going from 315 to 525, which is an increase of how much? We need to subtract them to find out. So if we're increasing $210, the price is going up $210 for 2 hours, which would be a slope of 105 over 1. So this DJ is charging $105 per hour. And does it cost anything if the DJ doesn't work at all? Of course not. So that's my answer with the plus 0. And so for homework, I would like you to try numbers 2, 4, and 6, and we'll go over them when I see you next. Have a great evening.